Hi, 7th grade. This is Miss Reeser here. Today you are having a quiz and a vocab quiz, so I hope you studied for those. Something to keep in mind, if I'm going to continue my rule with the three like I did with the spelling tests, if you get 100% on all three of the vocab quizzes, you don't have to do the final big vocab quiz. All right? So if you can get 100% on the three regular vocab quizzes, you don't have to do the final one, just like we did for spelling before. Okay, and there are a few things that you should be keeping in mind for your quiz. A few definitions that you need to have down. You should know what a fiction is, know what sequence is, and how to put events in sequence. So, sequence is the order that it happened in, and you're going to have to be able to list the events in the order that they happened. You should know what historical fiction is, and what's the difference between fiction and historical fiction. Know also what foreshadowing and flashback are. Okay, so and also know how to identify them. So not only know what they are, but know how to find them in a sentence or um, in a paragraph. You should know each of the main characters that we have met so far. All the Penners, you should know Tante Annie, Frau Schmidt, the Mayers, and Friedrich. I think those are the main ones that we've met so far. Yes, those are the main characters that we've met, so you should know them and know what they are like or what they've done so that you can identify who they are. You should know some of the background from the story. They explain some of the history of the Russian Mennonites, so you should know some of their history and be able to have multiple choice in that section, know their history and be able to fill in those blanks. Like I said before, you have to identify foreshadowing and flashback, and also know the three methods of characterization. All right, the three methods of characterization are description, dialogue, and action. Okay, description, dialogue, and action. Those are the three ways that you can characterize or show what someone is like. And so you will need to be able to decide which of those methods the author used. And I said before also that you'll need to number they give you events and you'll need to number them in the order that they happened or in sequence. And some true and false, about a couple true and false. And you also have a essay question at the end to write. All right. So, and I also have an extra activity for you. This isn't graded, and you don't necessarily have to. I would encourage you to do it, but you don't have to. So it talked about, especially the last chapter, it talked about food and the food conditions that they had, and they only got one loaf of bread a week. And it said in your book, sometimes they watery soup with rotten or unwashed vegetables, and their meals basically consisted of potatoes and bread and milk. Um, so I would like to give you a little challenge with this. I'm not going to make you eat soup with rotten vegetables or anything like that, or even clabbered milk. That doesn't sound very good to me at all. Um, but um, but I would like to give you a challenge to try to um, eat one meal of only bread and water. So it can be breakfast, lunch, or supper. Only eat one meal, and you're only allowed to eat one piece of bread, no butter, no jelly, and only drink a cup of water. All right? And then write down your thoughts about that. What would it be like to live like that all the time? Only have bread and water, and maybe potatoes sometimes for a treat. So that's an optional activity. You don't have to do it, but I would encourage you to do it and write your thoughts about what that would be like. All right, I'm cheering for your 7th grade. I hope you do well on your quiz.